Hey, what up, everyone? It's Sunny Bunny here, and we are back to playing The Little Red Lie. Sorry that the intro was a little weird there. Um, I got cut off or something like that. So we're gonna continue with this game. I'm sorry I haven't played this game in a while. I've been preoccupied with other stuff and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Oh, last time we left off, it was this guy. So let's see where we can go with this guy. Hey, a photo book must have been some auditions here lately. Ah, crap, it's all dudes. Oh, okay. Oh, alright, some men's magazines. We gonna pull my big dick to my bikini pictures of the top 50 ladies in comic book movies? Nah, it's weird. What is this? Ugh, the signal in here is terrible. I'd still be getting pictures at best. Fuck this 1994 bullshit. Hey, that's the year I was born. Um, can I go into the bathroom? I can't go into the bathroom. Can I sit on this couch? What? Sit down and use my imagination? Sure. Then I can imagine winning the lottery and going to Disneyland. Oh, and then I can dream about the first person in my family to go to college. Imagination is for poor people. There has to be something around here that I can use. What about this plant? Nah, I don't need anything like that. Fully uncut, packing my own sheath. Live that life. Okay. What about this pillow? Can I use the pillow? Can I use this desk drawer? Can I use this chair? I guess I'm pretty sexy. Nah. Okay, what if I just leave? I wish I could. I had enough of this shit. Okay. So can I go into the bathroom? Apparently I can't. Okay. Um. Well, I was gonna save it for after this meeting, but I gotta jack off to nothing. At least I'm gonna do it in line first. She's always late, anyways. Does she intentionally make herself look important? I've got plenty of time. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go to the toilet. Am I gonna go to the toilet? No? Am I going to the sink? Some people think that the mirror setup is a bit over the top, but what can I say? I'm a child of the 80s. This better be than the shit they showed they last time. Shit, it is. I used to do the vanilla corporate speaking circuit. Sales, conferences, incentive travel, that kind of thing. Companies would drop a few $1,000 to a bureau. The bureau would pretend its entire roster didn't all say the same basic bullshit. Then I would go and shake a snow globe of empty inspiration at a bunch of quiet desperados trying to drink their faces off, and cheating on their spouses, most of whom were probably getting shuffled to part-time or contract within a year or two anyway. Regardless, as I'm sure you can imagine, telling a bunch of accountants that the Olympic spirit belonged in their hearts was never fulfilling to me. Not because what I said was untrue. Truthfully, I have no real feelings about that at all. And it's not because the money wasn't fine, because it was. Ish. No, what bothered me is that it was unconceivable. It was inconceivable. And the fact that the inconceivable meant that I was nothing but a joke to them. They knew that I didn't really think that I was saying. I knew they didn't really care. And I wanted something more. I wanted to sell people on something they could believe in. I wanted to sell something on that they could actually go out and do. Something that would prove I had actually tricked them. Maybe I had earned that opportunity, but I felt deeply in my heart that I deserved it. Alright, one more, then I'll beat off and I'll be perfectly situated for this bullshit. Arthur, are you in there? Shit. A lot of people ask me, how do you feel about having a woman for a boss? I love this, because it's a great moment to take our moral high ground, to explain to whoever such as makes an insensitive inquiry that you've got to put professionalism first, and women don't exist as the objects of sexual evolution. Of course, the real reason I don't care about my boss being a woman is she's overweight, over 30, and such I don't really consider her to be a woman to begin with. To me, she's just a person. That's feminism, right? And she also really isn't my boss. My real boss is her boss, who is a man. The title has something to do with marketing, of those executive positions that make up a long time ago specifically to put a woman into. Where in marketing they come from, I don't know. Even in her prime, I don't think she would have been attractive enough to be one of these girls with a crop top who gives out beer samples. Maybe she used to dress up as a hot dog to stand on a corner with some kind of sign, but it doesn't matter. The point is this: a boss is a boss is a boss. We're all here to make money. Man, woman, zebra, who cares? The only thing I can stand is the only thing I don't like about women bosses: how seriously they take it. It's like they have no confidence, or they think men don't respect them. Didn't I just say I'm fine with it? But they don't believe you. She's on time. What the fuck is wrong with her? Arthur? Just a minute. Suck up to the fuckface boss. Ooh, that's bad. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here, but she can't see all this fucking coke. All these fucking cabinets are locked. Okay, let's see. A door is nothing but a lousy wall. Do I look fucked up? Wait, I said I was sick. Shouldn't I look fucked up? Fuck, no. I better do another line quickly to see a little calmer. Alright, I think I'm good. Circulatory logic. Looking for a lot better. Still gotta figure out a way to get out of here, though. Lie about appearance and health and vulgar. I look fucked up. That's it. I'll pretend to be throwing up in here. That she won't want you want to come in. Maybe I can even get her to go away. It's the only reasonable situation with tandem in this toilet that I think you can imagine. Just a minute. I think I'm coming down with something. I'm sorry to hear that. Can I give you a call tomorrow? No. Fucking hell. I'm on the overnight flight. There isn't any chance you can come out for a few minutes? Christ, I'm gonna have to commit to this. Oh well, maybe I'll lose a few pounds. Ew. That sounds very unfortunate. Yeah, I'm pretty messed up. Why don't you come out? We'll talk about it. Jesus, what is it gonna take to get rid of her? I think I found blood in my urine if I think blood. That's unusual. I had that once. Oh yeah? It turned out to be completely psychosomatic. Arthur, I'm coming out. That's the spirit. Well, at least she probably won't go into the washroom somebody just spent the last 10 minutes throwing up in. Then again, you think you know people. Arthur, may we begin? Sorry about that. Don't mention it. You did extraordinary work this evening. Thank you. No problem. You certainly do look a little under the weather. Yeah, I took a bunch of homotherapy potions. My wife is really into it. Anyway, the clients have a few concerns they'd like to go over. Nothing major, just a few ideas on how we can maximize the opportunity with an insurance upsell. Happy to do whatever I can. So, am I still paid a flat fee to get up on stage and speak about the power of so on and so forth? Technically, yes. For reasons that are boring and that I won't get into. But the real money that I make, the money that has made a staggeringly wealthy individual, comes not from speaking fees, but from a commission on the money that the people in the audience borrow a lender after hearing me talk about how they should mortgage their family's home and lower their baby booming inheritance to start a bakery that only sells one muffin. Some genius somewhere looked at a generation that never said had anything, but who was about to be given a ton, and rather than simply wait for them to spend it, this man asked a simple, timeless question. Why let people piss away what we convince them to borrow against? And it was that I was born. Best of all is that life insurance products will do more than increase revenue. It will also mitigate any residual reluctance on the part of the client. Agreed. The premise are steep, obviously, but it makes that proposition and a whole look better. And they've agreed to increase compensate as long as Arthur? Yeah. Are you paying attention? He's like, but lately, if I'm being honest, something about the light has gone out. You think that one of the best parts of getting what you really want is that it couldn't possibly get boring. Take it from me, a person who is probably more than you ever will, you can get sick of anything. And the dangerous thing is about boredom, you realize it's not that it demotivates you into nothingness. That's what people think boredom is like. It's not. The thing that boredom does, it makes you begin noticing things that you never saw before. The bright lights and the quick rushes start to look so much more colorful, while the drudgery and everything else gets duller and darker. A magnetic contrast. I don't do drugs and prostitutes and reveal and people knowing who I am because it makes me particularly happy. I do those things because they are the only things that still make me feel anything at all. And the biggest problem, in my opinion, is not that they are bad. I don't give a shit. Or even that they are expensive. I can pay. No. The biggest problem with them is that they evaporate so quickly. While they're happening, they might make you so happy that you think that they're gonna last forever. And then it's all over in no time at all. Now that's true. You can have everything in the world and it can be taken away and just. Dad looks stressed. I shouldn't have parked the car and left alone and left him. Glad I'm with him for this. Autosave updated. I should talk to Dad and ask him what his plan is here. Oh, sorry. Hi, Ed. Come on. Let me talk to Dad. There we go. Fucking downtown takes an hour to park. It's twice as long to get here. Did you find a place to park? Your ancient sedan is being closely guarded by elite mercenaries. Left our AM array of 5 discharge being absent with. You know, the biggest idea is trying to stop thinking about the car. Yes, I got luckily actually found the perfect spot. Good. And I appreciate that you wanted to be here, but you shouldn't be taking time off of work for this. I love that you think what people get fired for, not just another pretense you could. I'll do the first one. It's fine, Dad. I talked to my boss. Lots of people have family commitments. They have to be reasonable. Dad, half the people I work with now run for the door the moment their kids get a nosebleed. Who do you think picks up the slack? I'm owed on this one. Seriously. I know, but you probably save those times for when you have real emergencies. This isn't one. You said we don't have any money. I think that counts as an emergency. I said that there are things we can't afford anymore. Don't exaggerate. That isn't what you said, though I'm not saying what you said either, so it goes. No, that's not exactly what you said. I'm not. Tell Maggie we're here, alright? I'm just gonna go through our papers one more time. Alright. Oh, it would help if I knew how to drive. Hello, miss. May I help you? Maggie? You don't remember me? Sarah Stone? My father, Alan. As soon as she realized who I was, I knew something was wrong. Dad, what's wrong? Hello, Maggie. How are things? Fine, Mr. Stone. Did you not receive my cancellation notice for your appointment today? That email thing? I thought that must have been some kind of computer mistake. I'm afraid not, Mr. Stone. Sarah, have a seat over there. Okay. I'll have a seat over here, Dad. While you go, the grown-ups have to argue now. I never know who to feel more sorry for in these kind of situations. On one hand, poor Maggie shouldn't have put up with this. On the other hand, I used to think that Maggie's job was pathetic and mental, but she's been here for like 25 years. I'd kill for her job. I couldn't care less about being more boring or mentally unstimulating. That's what the internet's for. I'm sorry, Mr. Stone, but there's nothing I can do. This is Mr. Albright's busiest season. He's buried in documents from the time he shows up until the moment he leaves. You need to have an appointment. An appointment? To see Bucky? You must be kidding me. I've come here once a month on Wednesday at 4 p.m. for years. Yes, I'm afraid it's a new bank policy. Appointments are mandatory. Completely out of Mr. Albright's control. If you'd like, I could schedule in you for... Is he here or is he isn't? He is, but you don't have an appointment, and his appointment for the day book is filled. With who? Most of his clients don't visit in person, Mr. Stone. Most of the time, Dad considers an honor and a privilege to take all these lucid jabs, but not today. Plus, I think he feels betrayed to hear it from some people his own age. Would you like me to make that appointment for you? He should be available next... No. Well, wait. I can literally hear his brain crunching, calculating the numbers on how many years we've been here, how many Bucky has made off of us. Wait for... What? He's obviously in there with the fucking door closed. Oh, fuck. Dad does not talk like that. What is he gonna do? Never come out? Can he see us now, or is he never gonna... Can he see us now, or can he see us when he gets up to go home in that mansion in Woodbridge? Up to him. Dad. Not now, Sarah. Maggie looks like she's seen this before. You can tell him. We'll be right here. Just a moment. And now we have to wait, find out if she called Bucky or if she called security. Mr. Stone, sir, I am so sorry. Bucky, I hope we're not interrupting you in the middle of something too important. We came through a lot of construction and traffic to see you. I hope you can appreciate that. Oh, I'll try and guilt him in. That's nice. And all of a sudden, it hits me. My dad was a cop. He's probably gone out of his way his whole life and never imitated people like this in front of me, but he's probably done it every single day. Then again, I realized that seeing this side of my father was what I came here to see. Of course, come in, come in. Thank you. Have a seat and we'll get started, Sarah. I'll sit right next to my daddy. Mr. Stone, how are you doing, sir? Is this a bad time, Bucky? Not at all. Entirely her mistake. You know how it is with some people and their rules. She's just doing what she's supposed to. Anyway, look at you two. I wasn't expecting to see you too, Sarah. So you were expecting this then. This isn't the way to start things off. It's going south pretty soon. Thanks for taking the time to fit us in. Don't thank me yet. I've still got plenty difficult conversations with your dad. I assume maybe he told you a bit about what's been going on, but I'm not sure you want to be here for all of it. Both of you need to stop this. I'm 38 years old. Wow, she's 38 years old? How old is her father? What, 60? I'd be more respectful to call on the internet for wedding song. At least I would deserve that. No, I do. It's important. I understand. I've known you since you were knee-high. I'm sure you realize that you and your sister will always be the kids to old folks like us. Don't fuck up and bring Melissa into this, Bucky. I just saw Dad's face switch. Keep moving. Let's just keep moving. Sarah, just ask questions as we go along. Oh, she's always been a bright one. I'm sure a little talk about GICs, RRIFs, mutual funds, and tax codes won't be snapping her. Jesus, he really wants me to leave, doesn't he? Well, I don't know. Sarah, how much do you know about all this? I know you worked at that finance place. Thanks. Fake financial literacy. Okay, yeah, let's totally fake it and just record it. Look things up later. Yeah, I know a lot from that finance place, actually. I'll be fine. See something confident, vague, but dismissive. The upshot is that we're broke anyways, right? Okay, never go with the first thing that you think of. Well, there wasn't... Sorry. Well, it isn't that simple. But it was. All the rainy day money was gone. All the things we were supposed to have somehow never did. The money that once made more money sank between the waves. Even trick imaginable to protect us was neutralized somehow. There was something too much being spent. Too much denial. Too little growth. When it was all over, Bucky put on an ornate gold leaf binder that had all stored our family records into a drawer and came out with a couple of photocopied pamphlets. And you should take a look at these, because as you can see, there really isn't that much we can do for you up here in wealth management that we deliver sufficient value. I'll be happy to move your accounts back down to the general bank, and there are plenty of good people down there who can help you, but you must be kidding me. And right then, a weird tension sets in. The happy-go-lucky Bucky who used to crawl around with me and Melissa on the floor in this office seemed suddenly dissipate. He leaned back in his chair, his smile faded, his eyes settled into a tired gaze. I realized that I had gone my entire life without anybody looking at me the way he looks at us now. It took me a second to recognize it. He was looking at us in that sly, bemusing way that people would have money would look at people who don't. He was looking at us like we were poor. Kidding about what, Mr. Stone? You've been my finance advisor for the past 35 years. Your entire career, basically. I was one of your first clients. Half of what went wrong here was because of your advice. That isn't fair, Mr. Stone. There are plenty of years we saw excellent returns, well above the average of how our competitors were performing. And yet, even over all the time, I bet not one of you beat your own goddamn commissions. Obviously, I can't discuss the business I do with any of my other clients, Mr. Stone, but results do always vary. You helped pour our family into this mess. You can damn sure help us get out of it. Give you a helping hand by using what, Mr. Stone? How could I possibly do it? Your investments are long gone, your savings are dried up, and you have two grown dependents. Leave my children out of this. Mr. Stone, your children are not children, and I tell you that both as a friend and as a person who modeled your financial plan for you decades ago. Our anticipation was never that they would at this level of dependency upon you. You've got to get your pension, and you've got your pension, you've got the house. The entire meeting could have gone as short as that sentence. Are you trying to tell me, Mr. Stone, I don't have time for this discussion. You know what my hourly rate is, and we both know and you and I can't afford it. And he walked out. Just like that. Oh, I would have walked out too. I bet you've been cutting a lot of meetings with that little trick lady. I'm sorry, Sarah, I'm sorry you had to see that. But I don't think your father was wrong to bring you here. This is just the way it is. If it's any consolation, there might not have been anything you couldn't have done before. Yeah, funny how you didn't mention that until now. I guess my sister and I will have to look into how we can make more money. Look after them. That's the right attitude, Sarah. We can always tell people to hang in there. The market always recovers, and will you. Until it doesn't. Hold on a second, Sarah. What is he writing? This is the name of somebody I've worked with for a long time. He's a bankruptcy trustee. He's very good. Bankruptcy? If you focus the family on spending on your folks, you should have enough to take care of your parents until they go. I know your mom is already quite ill. But after that, depending on how much the care they'll need, you might need someone like this. I could have been retired by then, so I'm giving it to you now. Retirement, of course. We go broke and you move into your Niagaras on the lake. Say that it was me who sent you when the time comes. I promise he'll take care of you once as best as he can. Thank you, Mr. Albright. My dad doesn't really blame you. He just wanted more for us, I guess. It's not the way I wanted for this to end either, Sarah. I guess life isn't really what happens when you're busy making plans. John Lennon. The Beatles. Yeah, great song. And please, Sarah, you're not a kid anymore. Call me Bucky. All right, Bucky. He smiled and stuck his hand out to shake. Not knowing what else to do, I shook it. More than anything, I wish I'd kept calling him Mr. Albright. The moment I said Bucky, a strange look spread across his face, like he made peace of what had happened to us, and probably most of his other clients. It was like I forgave him, or he forgave himself. It was like he already pictured himself in the links of Mitoska, telling his buddies, I gave up people the worst news of their lives, and they still called me Bucky. They still giggled at my mane neckties. That's just how great of a guy I am. But it only mattered to him whether we forgave him or not. It was his only way out. And we were still there. Jeez, that's... Whew, wow. That's really interesting. The Mediums Are Full of Shits by Arthur Fox. Okay. I know this is gonna sound whatever, but please explain something to me. How is the media supposed to mean anything to ordinary people when it is increasingly run by people who are barely out of college? I mean, I understand that the parents basically bought them their jobs, but it's getting ridiculous. It's even to say I have a problem with any of them. But do they live the way that I do? Care about things that I care about? Of course not. And lately, you'll notice that they don't start for a heartbeat to consider it. They lost their way. They've caved to my not... Wow, I can't read that word. That is completely irresponsible given to the tiny percent of population that they could probably represent. Look it up. This is the contemporary media landscape. And if you don't believe facts, just make your way down to the set of any television news show. This one is no different. In the end, none of them are. They all exist to do one thing, make money. They would not exist if they did not. In other words, I imagine that they will shortly not exist. But it is still a fucking embarrassment. Where's the producer I'm supposed to check with? I guess the one idiot who isn't dressed in here like a beer commercial. Might as well talk to him and get this shit over with. Alright, well, we're actually going to leave this episode here, guys. Sorry, this episode was actually pretty long. So we have a lot of stuff going on. I guess he went to go see his... the father went to go see about getting more money, and the guy was like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything more for you. And he's like, I know a lot of people use that line, oh, I've been a loyal employee here ever since it was open 20 years ago, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just gonna let you guys know, I work at a grocery store. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. And I know some people use it like, oh, I've been a loyal employee here for 40 plus years and we've never done this. Well, times change, and you just got to change with it. It's hard to say, but you just got to do it. So hopefully you guys are liking the series. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe down below. Make sure you hit my little face down in the corner. Make sure you hit my bell to get notifications on when I'm posting more videos. And hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all later. Stay sunny, you guys.